Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully my mic is doing well. It's it's a $20 mic from Amazon Prime Day, so if it's not the best, I apologize. If it's good, even better. I'm not gonna complain. Beggars can't be choosy. How are you guys doing? Are you enjoying the interview? I'm enjoying it. Got any other questions? I have a few more. Some regarding certain topics about being arrested. Yeah, I'm going to put this on YouTube for Mr. Bud because Bud likes to watch clips and highlights. Thank you, LePew. I'm trying my best. Wish Candlejack was here. Shout out Candlejack. We love her. She would have enjoyed this quite a many, but Nate wanted to push this towards the nighttime, so I'm sorry. Just the butt. He is the biggest inspiration because he is the Nate aficionado. Let's see what we can. If the mic is passable, you'll be able to work it with the compression gate. Okay, thank you, Richard Webb Pasta. You are a real one. I'm glad to see you're in the X listening as well. Appreciate y'all. You as well, Scout. Nate has been fun, and he's not antagonistic nor aggressive like Anime Sucks, Cope and Sneed. Shout out to you, Belmont. I know you're here somewhere. I just can't believe that Nate was going to be the easier of the guests because you think Nate would be a little bit more wild and out there, but he's been really easy. Anime Sucks, Cope and Sneed. I know you're listening because you were in here. If you want another opportunity to speak, I'm here. We can set the time maybe next week, maybe the weekend, whenever you're ready. I'll give you the time again, but that's up to you.
Yo,
How you doing? You're back?
much better, much better.
I'm glad to hear that. We
I
got
got to see the
people.
stars twinkling outside. Speaking of which, how's Twinkle Tard? Is he still around?
Twinkle Tart has been MIA for a couple months now. The last time he was in the Maddie, he's probably busy because the last time he was talking about going on business trips. So
Hmm.
shout out to Twinkle Tart.
Yeah,
Hopefully he's
shout out
doing
Twinkle
well.
Tard. Yeah,
He's a cool guy. I do like
hmm
Twinkle Tart.
for sure.
Gog wants to ask, do you water your garden with piss?
Yes, yes, I do. It helps with the nitrogen cycle. I just make sure it doesn't get directly onto root vegetables, because the root vegetables will absorb it into their skin, and I don't want that.
Really interesting. I'm glad that you have some botany in you. I understand. Got a green thumb. Can't hate.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, seriously, that's how people operated for a very, very long time. I hate to say this, but in reality, like when we started pissing in toilets and things went downhill. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. People like the privacy of going to the bathroom, but that's pretty out there. I can't hate on that one right there. Okay. We got another person right here, just the buddy. He wants to ask
Hmm.
about your time in jail.
Oh
Would you
yeah.
like? Can you
Which
can you
one?
speak about that?
Which one? Which
Um,
time in jail? Because I've been in for weed charges, and I think the big thing that is adjacent to the sector is the time my
the
dad
assault.
called the cops on me. Yeah. Okay. So he was upset that I called Trump Jr. a nepo baby, and we got into a huge argument over that. And we had to
Really,
get
is
into
your father a Democrat? If I may ask.
no, never, never. He is a hardcore MAGA guy. Yeah,
Hardcore MAGA, really. So, why
hardcore
would
MAGA.
you antagonize your father by stating that he's a nepo baby? Wouldn't
Because I had
that
Trump
sounds like?
derangement syndrome at the time. I legitimately had Trump derangement syndrome at the time. I'll admit that. Yeah.
So, did you vote for Hillary?
No, no. I voted for Jill Stein in
No
2016.
shit, you voted for Jill Stein.
Yep.
Can I ask why?
Well, I remember saying this to my barber who was a biker, that I feel like the protest vote of Jill Stein is the only option morally that I have, because Hillary and Trump at 2016 was a shit show. And quite frankly, I wasn't wrong on my predictions that Trump 2016 and all the people that he hired from the Bush administration and all the stuff that he did that was perfectly in lockstep with the traditional Republican neoconservative, which is derived from Bolshevism, party was wrong. And he's much different now, more different now, because he is recognized who stabbed him in the back, which is the conservative party, the Republican Party, which don't conserve much and don't care about the Republic that much.
LePew asked, "Is this why you fought the Proud Boys?"
I can't even confirm if those guys in my neighborhood were Proud Boys or not. I just assume that because I assume that the Proud Boys activated in Florida to do a bunch of weird shit and they ended up just leaning into real estate shit other than political shit because their
Are
leader was a
these
Fed.
the same people? I hate to interrupt. Is this the same group of people that would often ride dirt bikes on your property that made you upset?
Not my property, but in my street. You see, if it was just me they were fucking with, I wouldn't care. And I know that sounds like, well, but I'm serious. Like I went around, I waited 3 months and I went around to my
You waited
neighbors.
3 months. You
I
let it
waited three
sink
months.
in a little bit.
I let it sink in. I
Okay.
waited for anything to happen. I waited to see if this was a one-off. I waited to see if anybody else would get involved. I went around to my neighbors one to one and I asked them, what do you think about this? And they said they were getting disturbed in the middle of the night, 1, 2, 3 in the morning. Their kids weren't getting good time to study, and it was really, really, really bad. And that problem has been resolved since. And I had to get my leg broken over it because I went a little bit too hard. I did go a little bit too hard.
Did you fight them? Is what you're saying? They break your leg, or how did
No,
this
I'm
go?
I'm a weird sort of like weird pussy pacifist who will simultaneously put himself in harm's way at any opportunity. It's very
Did
strange.
you jump in front of the bike? Is what I'm
I
curious.
literally there was like I literally like rode my bike in front of cars, when they were threatening to run me over. You know, I was right there screaming at the guy doing like, "You're torturing people, motherfucker. You don't understand how you're making people
You're
stress
torturing
out and not
people.
sleep." Like straight up, and he's just like, "I ain't torturing nobody." Peels off down the road, but he's gone. He's out of the neighborhood. He was only a temporary.
They moved him out.
Well, he probably moved himself out. I
Okay.
feel like, well, it just depends on what's going on. I don't know what's going on. There was a cop who lived right across the street from him, and there was a couple other guys. First and foremost, this German guy who a bunch of these muscle car guys would visit the house of. One time, I
Okay.
took rancid maple syrup that had been sitting outside for like a month and threw it all over these guys' cars. And I still remember to this day this guy screaming, "My fucking car!" And like, they straight up beat my ass in the street until a lady like straight up until a lady
Was
called them out like, "I'm
was
calling the cops."
covered in-
There was this lady who came out of her house with her daughter, and she's like, "I'm calling the cops," and she saved me from getting my ass beat when my shirt was all ripped up. I was all beaten to hell, and I straight up looked at the main guy, and it was just like, "That's child molestation, bro. You can't be fucking with kids when they're trying to do their schoolwork.
Did you
You gotta
really
keep a
say?
quiet atmosphere in the neighborhood, man." Like straight up, like legitimately, and he like looked at me and just like, "Get your fucking bike and get the fuck out of here." My bicycle, you know. And then, like, straight up, I just like got to my bike and I just stared at them until they all took off. These guys who are rolling super heavy in my neighborhood with their muscle cars, and those guys I haven't seen since.
Are
And there was
those? Is that the picture where you're bloody on Facebook? And you just
no, 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 no. That's from when
what
three
incident is
guys.
that?
That's from when three guys jumped me inside of a black neighborhood after I went there for some girl that I really shouldn't have been hanging around. You know, I went there for some
Was she
girl.
taken?
Not at the
Usually that's
time.
what happens.
Not at the time. She wasn't taken at the time from the looks of it, but I haven't seen her
The
since the
looks of it.
She was calling
Usually
me
you would
while I
know.
was getting my like. Okay, here's the crazy thing. I swear to
Okay,
God, I
please
give you my
explain.
word.
I believe you. Go on.
I give you my word. This is exactly how all this shit went down. Okay, so I show up at this like predominantly black apartment complex, and I'm walking around. And first time I walk around, I see these three guys, these three white guys. I'm just like, okay, cool. They spit at me, and I'm just like, all right, whatever. And so I'm walking around, and I'm about to walk back to my car to take off because she's not showing up. And they confront me in the on the sidewalk by the street in the apartment complex. One of them, the short guy, pulls a gun. Straight up, he pulls a gun. And I'm just like, "Don't fucking shoot me, man. Don't fucking shoot me, man." And then I swear to God, after I
I
say
believe
that,
you.
I lunge towards him and I pull the fucking gun to my side to where the gun is like behind me. And I hear click, 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 click. And so I like yank it real hard and it skithers along the concrete. And I go jumping towards it and I pry one of my fingernails up trying to get it on the ground. But one of the taller guys who is beside the shorter guy, he grabs the gun and they're beating me Like, I swear, I'm sorry. Like, I can't remember exactly when they started beating me and when they stopped beating me, but they beat the shit out of me. They beat the shit out of me. And I was all bloody, but I didn't drop because I got an iron jaw. You know, that's
yeah, you're like,
that's what I
you can
inherited. I
just take a
inherited an
beating.
iron jaw from my scrapper dad. You know, and
Oh, your dad used to get into fisticuffs?
oh yeah, oh
It's
yeah.
in your bloodline.
It's
Okay,
in my
that makes
blood.
perfect
That's
sense.
why I'm like, Dave, I know you're a big Oklahoma man, but let me get it, bro. Let me get it, bro. Let's go to
Get those
the
hands very careful.
let's go to the Publix parking lot across the street from me. Let's get it, bro. But no, Dave's a good
LePew
guy.
wants.
He's
I
yeah.
love Dave, but LePew. I'm
Oh,
sorry to interrupt.
oh no, it's good.
LePew. I'm sorry. My computer is being a piece of shit. LePew wants to
Okay,
know,
so
where did you get your katanas?
okay, so first off, I'm gonna answer this question after I continue my story to the
Oh,
end.
continue. Yeah, of course.
So I'm
Sorry.
I'm running around the apartment complex, and I swear to God, I'm following one of them who has my phone. He offers me my phone. He literally hands it out to my to one of them. Like, clicked the gun at me again. I'm just like, seriously, bro. Like, I'm running around out of breath. One of them, I'm not sure if the guy who had the gun, unloaded gun or not. I'm sorry, it's kind of a blur, but I swear to God it happened. And he offers me my phone. He hands it out to me. I slap it out of his hand, and I didn't find this phone later. One of the black people in the black apartment complex stole it. I jump
They just.
on this car. I jump on this fucking car. I hook my fucking toes into the part where the windshield wipers go, and they take
Yeah.
off down what's called Post Road. Post Road is where this black apartment complex is off. They pull into a suburb afterwards. After I'm screaming, I'm bleeding all over the hood of their car. I'm screaming
Can
at
you
the
give a
top of
live
my lungs.
reaction of what you were saying? Okay. That's really good.
I
Okay.
see Post Road, this gigantic road with all these cars going backwards, backwards as I'm like hooked onto the top of this car with my feet, with my toes at where the same part of the windshield wipers are. And they pull into the suburb, and the driver's like, "Get the fuck off my car, bro." And he pulls me off. And I swear to God, I get to his leg and I try to bite his leg, and he pulls my hair back to prevent me from biting him. And then he like somehow manages to put one of his feet on the accelerator, and I still have the scars from this. I have road rash on my left side, on my back. Like, he takes
That's
off,
badass.
he skids me along the ground. I'm like, ah! I can see the car, like the wheel right there, so it can run me the fuck over if I operate the wrong way. So I roll to the right, and I fuck my knee up real bad, so I couldn't walk for like a month and a half after that. Like, straight up, like one time, my buddy Andrew and me saw somebody crash into my sign outside of my neighborhood while I was in the car with him. He stops in the middle of the road. He goes running out to help the girl, excuse me. And I go out of the car, and I collapse immediately, smack right down into the. I just spilled my water. Right down into the. Right down
It's
into
all
the.
live.
Yeah, I just spilled a lot of water on the ground. I was smacking the fucking table. So I
It
got that.
does
It's fine.
happen.
I got a table. I got a towel here.
Actually, since we're talking about your room, interrupt
Yeah,
again. Where did you get the curtains in the background? Because I noticed in your room there's curtains everywhere. Where
I
did you get that?
inherited them. And then after
Really?
that, I'm going to answer LePew's question about the katana.
Okay.
Uh, I inherited them from First Baptist Church at the intersection, right by the intersection going towards Cocoa Village, and the other side going towards Cocoa Beach. The intersection there at Marin Island, 520 and Courtney, there is a church called First Baptist where I would go and play my cello with my girlfriend. It was super, super hot, whose name I will not release on this. But my buddy Andrew from Boy Scouts, he, shoot, I lost my train of thought. Oops.
It's okay, man. It's
But yeah,
okay.
my katanas, it's a legitimate mall katana. My dad bought it from the mall, and it's weighted really, really nicely. It's made of 440 Chinese steel, even though it's a Japanese katana. And I like playing with it. When my hand got broken because I slammed it I was like, 9, 9, 9, 9, and I slammed my fist so hard on a marble table that I broke
Yeah.
it. It displaced the
Have you broke
bones
your
in my
hand
fist for a while.
often?
Oh, so many times. One of my knuckles is just recessed because when I went to jail, I like punched the wall so hard it like recessed one of my knuckles all the way down into my hand.
Here to ask a question because your room has a lot of holes in the wall, or is that because of you? Were you punching the walls in your room?
No, it has holes in the wall from in the ceiling because there was shit hooked up there and they were running cords up there. And so I can see every time, the entire time I've lived in my room, because this is where I sleep, I can see up into the sky. So it's a very, very wasteful thing to have my AC running with this hole in my wall, in my ceiling. But no, there's no holes in the walls. There's no holes in the
You
walls at
sure?
all.
Just
Yeah,
in the
I'm
ceiling.
sure. I'm sure. 100%. There's not a single hole in the wall. I don't punch the wall. I
It
think that's
rains in Florida,
destructive.
right?
Yeah, a bunch, but
So
I can see the actual roof, and then I can see diagonally up into the sky. So it's the
okay.
drywall. It's the drywall on my actual room that has a hole, two holes in it. Yeah.
Are you going to go ahead and fix that at any time?
I want to really, really badly, but I've never really found the motivation to
The
do
per-
it myself without somebody else helping me. I had a
I
friend
got
who
it.
was really big into handyman stuff that I worked for a while. I insulted him because it was a weird psychological thing where I pushed him away because I had injured myself on his job site, and he had always warned me, don't injure yourself on my job site. Make sure you watch out for exposed rebar, make sure you don't hurt yourself on any of the tools. And I had hurt myself on his job site by taking a 9-pound sledgehammer and breaking up tiles. And I was going along, and then this person he hired off of Craigslist had stood in my way, and my heel got caught right on his heel, and the handle of the 9-pound sledgehammer bounced into a literal stud and bounced off of the tile instead of breaking it, and it bounced into my crotch, and I got a really bad hernia, which fucked me up real hard right when I was take care of my dog. And I would rip it and 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 rip it over and fucking over again, taking care of my dog who needed to be taken care of in 2020 when COVID hit. And we probably would have gotten her putting down in the last 3 or 5 months because she was really just out of it in the last 3 or 5 months if it wasn't for COVID. So I was taking care of her and picking her up and carrying her around and massaging her stomach. And like I was ripping my hernia over and over and over again. I was laid up. That's when I joined Kiwi Farms. And Kiwi Farms literally psychologically nursed me back to health after I had been just out of commission from the world for a long time. And that's one of the reasons why I felt like so drawn to help the website.
Okay, I can relate to that because when I was in the hospital, I was reading a lot of Kiwi Farms as well. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's a mean spirited website. I'm not going to pretend that it's not sometimes, but the mean spiritedness comes in, and actually it's kind of endearing because some of these people, I'm going to specify from like the Chantel thread, they have been watching Chantel since like 2017 ish when she started. Same with like Amber Lynn. Some of these people are so motivated and dedicated, and they genuinely want to see good happen to Amber Lynn and Chantel, but to their
Mm-hmm.
own fruition, they can't do it because they like to eat or they like to have sex and snort cocaine off a natter's penis or whatever the case may be.
Amber Lynn
Yeah,
is addicted to drama. She's addicted to being the victim. That's what she's addicted to.
yes, she is, and with circumstances like that, people don't like to change, especially when they know that they're always going to get the reaction that they're going to elicit. But
Mm-hmm.
I got Scout here has a question for you. I hate to.
Chantal in Syria. She
Chantel
is
is
really
infuriated.
suffering, man. Oh my god.
There's no medication over there, so she's in a
Mm.
position where her diabetes can legitimately kill her now.
Ooh,
I
that's
give her
bad.
2 weeks because there's no fast food, and she's been cooking homemade meals, and she hates homemade food. I give her 2 weeks. That's just me, though.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I'm not sure if it's going to be that soon. She actually has like a tendency to stick with it. She's stuck with salad for way longer than a lot of people predicted. So when
And
she
she's
makes up her
just
mind.
no, she's a VSP kind of a mentality where she just hadn't let anyone have the upper hand on her. I told you so, I got you. If people just let it be, she would have broke up with Sahal months ago or years ago, really. But since all the trolls say, "Oh, he's not, he deserves better," X, Y, and Z, she has to prove to everyone that he
Mm.
loves her.
The
Same with
Teflon
DSP.
Roach. The
Yeah,
Teflon Roach, man, he must be recognized for his indomitability. If a nuclear war would happen, DSP would still be shilling.
he just made $450 today to eat a Korean chicken sandwich. So man's hustles. I can't hate on DSP. He makes the living doing what he likes to do, which is eating fast food and drinking gin. So
He
shout
found
out to
his
DSP.
niche. He's found his niche.
Yes, I'm going to read this from Scout Hunter. Hopefully you don't mind. He says,
Sure.
Mr. Matthews battered Mr. John about his face and body with his hands upon Matthews' father, Mr. David Matthews, stopping his son. Nathaniel from hitting Mrs. I don't want to say your last name on the video. Nathaniel entered the residence grabbing a dagger and went towards Mr. Your father with the dagger. Nathaniel's father was able to remove the dagger from Nathaniel's.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Hold up, hold up, hold up. This nigga,
um,
this hold up, hold up, hold up. This nigga
okay,
is
go ahead.
mixing multiple different police reports from different decades. This nigga is
Okay,
retarded, my man. This nigga is
please.
retarded.
You can please clarify because this is Scout Hunter. He posted
Okay,
this.
so
Please
the
clarify.
dagger, the King Arthur dagger is involved in a crackhead that stole my fucking Schwinn bike when I was 17, my man. And this last thing, the the my dad and me's police report. The thing is, I went into jail with a different police report than the one that is on the website now. So I think that given all the
Scout
chicanery,
says that this is verbatim what the police report says. I don't know how true it is.
nah,
I haven't
he's full of shit.
personally.
He's full of shit.
He's full
No,
of
no,
shit.
Scout Hunter's
Okay.
full of shit. Scout Hunter's full of shit. I'm not joking about that. He's full of shit. He's a
Okay.
retard. He's a
He's a
retard.
retard.
He's to be dismissed 100% of the time. Scout Hunter is a
Okay.
complete and utter retard. Maskell would never be that retarded.
Masco
Just a
wouldn't be
butt,
this retarded. I don't know
just a
about
butt
that.
would never be that retarded. Scout Hunter
Just a
somehow,
butt.
despite being a
Shout out just
recent
a butt.
joiner to the sector, is a complete and utter retard. Everything he has to say is completely disregardable.
Disregard. Okay. I
Yep,
believe it.
yep. Not joking,
He
not
says
joking.
it's
He's literally
the
mixing
scout
up
trooper,
multiple.
but scout
He's
trooper, but
mixing up multiple police reports.
police
He's
reports.
mixing them. He's mixing them up. Yeah, I beat the shit out of a crackhead who stole my Schwinn, and I pulled a dagger out on him, straight up. And my
Or
dad
like
got in the way. My dad
an
got in the
Assassin's
way.
Creed style dagger, or
It
like
was
a
it was
hand
a King
blade.
Arthur. No, it wasn't a wrist dagger. It was a King Arthur dagger, which they stole from me, and they still have in police custody to this day.
They won't give you your property back.
Nope, they won't give me my property back. Florida police are really fucked up, bro.
I can believe it because they don't trust you with the hidden blades. I'm assuming
I mean, I can own a gun. I can legally own a gun. So
you can legally own a gun. Haven't you been to jail? I thought felons can't own weapons.
I'm not a felon. I'm not a domestic abuser, and I'm not a felon.
Really?
I've never hired a lawyer, and I'm not a domestic abuser, and I'm not a felon. I give you my word. I can own a gun.
Scout Trooper wants to talk to you. Would you mind if I
Nah,
let him talk to you for? No,
nah, nah. Fuck that nigga.
no.
Nah, fuck that
Fucking
rat,
wow.
bro. Fuck that rat,
He's a
bro.
rat.
Fuck him. He's a
Wow.
fucking rat, bro. He's a
I
fucking rat,
apologize,
bro.
Scout Hunter. He does not want you on. I can't. He's a guest of honor at the moment. Maybe next time.
He's a fucking rat, bro. Fuck that nigga.
Okay. Belmont wants to know, did you slap your dad around?
Nah, I didn't slap him around. I just got into a little like verbal altercation with him. And the thing is, he did more damage to me than I did to him
How
on that.
so?
He first off, he fucking body slammed me, and
His
second off, he
body's
fucking.
like
They
Andre the
swear to
Giant.
God. No, dude, he's 6'2". He's a fucking 195 pounds. He's big. He's a big guy. He's a scrapper too. He's from the streets. Like he's a
Scrapper
real
C.
scrapper. He's a real scrapper. And like he fucking body slammed me. He got back to his room. He got fucking all this shit ready. I was in the hallway. I was telling him to calm down. He fucking put his hands up on the hallway. He kicked me in the fucking stomach after rearing up his entire fucking body and putting his entire lower body weight into kicking me in the stomach. And I fell forward into him and I like hugged him and I grasped his back and I put a red mark on his back from my hand. on his back, like literally, like it couldn't be me attacking him. It only could be based on where the thumb was from me hugging towards him. And straight up, like that was after he kicked me, and he kicked me in the stomach, and I fell into him, and that's where the red mark
So
came
he
from, and that's where I actually got I got a charge. I actually got a conviction from putting a
a
red mark on
felony,
my
a
dad's back.
felonious assault,
Nope, not felonious assault. It was simple battery. I never got a
simple
lawyer for
battery.
that case. Yeah, I never got a lawyer for that case.
Did
But
you
like,
stand
I
up
don't
at
know.
in front of a jury?
Nope, nope. Just a simple judge, Judge Brown.
Okay, because the anime subscope since as I said stated earlier, he actually had to stand in front of a jury, and it did not end well for him. So just wanted to clarify, just for
Yeah,
the
no.
audience.
If I stood in front of a jury, all that shit would be dismissed. But like that wasn't necessary. I didn't want to waste taxpayer money like that. I didn't hire a
What
lawyer. There was no public defender to represent me. Just the state of Florida and my parents testifying on my behalf, saying that my dad wanted to teach me a lesson, and he never intended for it to go this far. And I give you my word, I swear to God, when I went into jail, based on what the straight up gang members were reading from my fucking police report, and based on
the
what the
gang
police
members read your police report?
gang members who I'm cool with, gang
Can
members
you
straight up
explain
that I
that?
was
How
friends
did
with.
they get a hands on your police report?
Dog, they will get your police report when you go into jail. It doesn't matter what the fuck you did. They will get your police report. They will find out what you did. They will press you depending on how bad you are. And they
Did
pressed me
they
for a
press
little
you?
bit. They pressed me for a little bit. They said, "Oh, Donald Trump golfs with this." They were looking at the police report that said that I was arguing about Trump Jr. being a nepo baby. Oh, Donald Trump golfs with this judge, bro, and I was like, "Oh no!" But like straight up, like they I earned respect with this organization. And I end up being chill in that pod for a while. And straight up, like no, it's
Did
rough in
you
jail. And
fight
like
in jail?
no, nope,
Not at
nope,
all. Because I know
not
sometimes
at
people
all.
have to defend their fruit cups sometimes in jail because people get a little antsy.
My
Just asking.
bunkmate, the person who was the bottom bunk for my top bunk, was the straight up like boss of the pod. Straight up.
Oh, so you're in Lepew? I was going to ask you because Lepew was said he were you the shot caller, but you knew the shot caller. That's
I
interesting.
knew the shot
Was he
caller.
cool guy?
I was friends with the shot caller within like 5 to 8 or 9 days.
Did you give him a honey bun for friendship and solidarity, or how did that go?
Nope. Nope. Nope.
He just liked you immediately.
Yep. Yep.
What a
He
nice
liked me.
guy.
He
I
liked
can't
hearing
shout
my
at him.
stories. Oh God, that guy was a real one, because when somebody else, his name was Cowboy, his nickname was Cowboy, he pressed me. Leon, my buddy, he ended up like getting kind of like caught up in this shit where I was gonna help him, but then Cowboy ended up like cutting in and saying like he was gonna help him. I was just like, all right, whatever, man. Like as long as you could help. And then like Cowboy isolated my friend group more and more. And then Cowboy like was talking mad shit. And like one day I accidentally told my roommate about it, and he was like, "All right, bet." And he went out. I was like, "Oh shit, fuck, 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 fuck." And I just hear smack, and
Did
like
you ever hear the cardinal sin of jail is to never talk to like anybody, anyone
never
who's
say
ever met?
nothing, bro. Never say nothing. It's all good, bro. Oh my god, bro. Yes, now I know. Because Cowboy got a fucking like bloodied eye over it. His eye was just burst. Like it was all
What
bloody and shit.
What did he say to you? Like, did he just not like you for how you looked or what you did? Why did he
He was saying
assault
some
you?
really disrespectful shit after
I'll
being
just
my
say, just
friend for a while. Yeah, and like
okay.
I had accidentally told my buddy Cowboy told my buddy the pod boss, not what Cowboy did
Yeah.
just a little bit of it, and he went out and he beat his ass, man. He fucking burst a blood vessel in his eye, and he ended up getting transferred out of the pod for that. And I swear to God, he probably ended up getting more charges added onto his list, and he probably ended up staying later in the fucking jail for that shit, which is
Sometimes people
wrong.
like to do that. No, sometimes people don't know how to live on the outside, so they do things
I
to keep
know, man,
themselves
they're
inside.
institutionalized, and it was crazy is when I was in jail, I noticed this is a lot like fucking private school that I went to. I went to a private school and I went to a public school. Private school for middle school and public school for senior, 9 to 10, 9 to
Okay.
12.
Yeah.
And I
I
noticed
went
that
to that too.
Yeah, how similar jail was to private school, how clicky it was, how the fluorescent lights hit you all day, how you were transferred from place to place without ever making friends for long periods of time. I was just like, damn, this is institutionalizing. And you know what? I don't know. I don't think I really want to talk about it that much more, but like it yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm not going to talk about it that much more. I know a few things about it, but like gangs are all up in the jail, and they will straight up
Hey,
like push you into jail, into the gangs by putting you in jail.
yeah, I can see that, but if you don't want to divulge and keep some information to yourself, I can completely understand.
Yeah, yeah, man. Just for the sake
We
of the
got,
people, the innocent people involved, like straight up, it's just best to just leave it alone. To
I
just
can
try to
understand that.
lift the rising tide, and then those people in jail will be lifted with it, like straight up. That's as easy as I can say.
We have a picture from GOG, and it says, "Silence is violence. Stop killing us." What is this picture?
Okay, is
Why did
that the
God send me
fucking
this?
time that I went and protested for Gregory Edwards, a military veteran who fucking
Protested.
a Brevard
Oh,
County. Listen, I'm in Brevard County. A Brevard County military veteran who is fucking pepper sprayed and then spit masked, so he suffocated on fucking pepper spray in fucking
he's,
jail while hogtied. Like, and then our sheriff just fucking got away with it, and then locked up his fucking baby mama afterwards. Like, just evil shit, because she was asking for the body. Like, let me get the fucking autopsy, man. Let me get this guy buried. Let me find out what the fuck's wrong. No, I'm gonna shred every fucking bit of evidence involved with it. I'm gonna fucking call, and I'm gonna arrest you too. That's what fucking Sheriff Ivy said, and that's why I fucking went against Sheriff Ivy so long. And that's exactly why I think my fucking police report was manipulated. I don't know. I
it
don't
was
know, man.
manipulated.
I
Really?
don't know, man. I'm sorry.
What
I don't
evidence would
fucking
you
know.
suggest that for? I'm,
The
I'm,
evidence,
I'm all ears. Please elaborate. Please, I'm all ears. Why would you say
the
that?
I went against this guy for years, and like it's not like they can't go in there. I know how coding works. They can go in there and fucking change shit at any time. So it's just like, I went in, I saw what fucking paperwork I had. I read my paperwork extensively. Other people read my paperwork extensively. It was vastly different from the paperwork that is on the website today. Like straight up, never in my paperwork did it said, "You will endure my torture." But somehow "you will endure my torture" ended up into my fucking regular paperwork. It's something I've never said to my dad. Why would I ever fucking, that's my fucking father. I know when he has fucking cried because he accidentally made me bleed as a child because he was trimming my nails and he accidentally cut too quick because he had a nervous issue. I love my dad. I love my dad. I have never done that
Okay.
horrible shit to my dad.
Okay. Let
Yeah.
me let me specify, because Scout Hunter went back and listened to it. I mixed up the things. I've misread the police report. Scout Hunter actually had it correct, so I have to clarify. Scout Hunter was pretty much clean. I misread it, so you can yell at me. That was all me. I
Well, it
apologize.
depends on how clean the police report is.
Oh, I have no idea. As you said, it may have been
Exactly.
falsified, but I just want to clarify it. Scout Hunter still would like to talk to you, even if you're not interested. It's open. I just wanted to say I misread the stuff, not him. That was me. Let's see what we got. I got Scout Hunter. Oh, I am saying Scout. It's Scout Trooper. Oh my lord, because I'm getting Sicko Hunter and Scout Trooper mixed up because
Nah,
you were
Sicko
saying it
Hunter's a real
earlier.
one. He lives on the West Coast. He's a real one. He follows Cobes all the time. And you know what? Cobes is the real inheritor to the CWC throne.
The
Cobes.
CWC throne, really, Cobra.
I would have gone up into Wyoming. I would have been Noel's registered agent. I would have helped him with this tax bullshit with Wyoming. I would have moved up to Wyoming. I was packing my fucking bags. And then he
You were
said, "Lol,
really. How
JK."
close were you to going to Wyoming?
I was telling my fucking people at church and everything I was ready to go to Wyoming. I was straight up ready. I had all my
Interesting.
bags packed and everything. Yeah. And
So
Noel
you
said,
are
"Lol,
a
JK."
loyal soldier of the Kiwi Farms.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but if you go into the Wolf Tone thinks Noel is his little brother thread,
Why do
which is
you say that he's your little brother? Because that is such a funny piece of your lore. You
it's a
think
weird
Noah is your
thing.
little brother. No, good.
I
Please
always
explain it.
felt, yeah, it's a weird thing. I always felt camaraderie with him, like a deep camaraderie, like he was my brother, like he was my somehow like Celtic, blood brother, and that he would be my blood brother for all eternity, and that
How do
like
you? You're usually blood brothers by birth. Were you guys gonna like cut each other's hand and like shake the blood off?
no, no, no,
How do
no,
you do this?
no, no. And you know what? The little brother thing is something that I tacked on when I started to get it grieved about the whole situation, which is just like, I really did care about the guy, and he was kind of nihilistic about the whole situation in the long run. So I don't really know, man. I called him my little brother as an insult, essentially, because I cared about him as a brother, but I downgraded him to little, and I said he could be a big
So you're
brother.
insulting my son by stating that you're brothers. That's not a good way to insult someone, in my
No,
opinion.
no, no. I said he could be my big brother if he ever earned it, but because he's degraded
You're
himself so
kidding.
much.
You be my big brother, but right now you're the little bro. You think,
I know. It's a little weird.
bro, you're
But
wild. Let me tell you.
but yeah, I said he was my little brother after he acted in a little way. That's essentially as my, not like um BD the big daddy little girl fetish shit. No, not at all
You
like that.
mean
Not at all
nothing
like
like that? Nothing.
no.
Okay.
No, no, no.
Just want
Not
to
like,
clarify.
but just little as in like lesser, and bigger as in like
Unless,
bigger. And
and
Brand Daniel was my bigger brother until he started to take amphetamines and transformed into a rat furry. And I love the guy still, but like, god damn it. God damn it. God damn it.
you never know who's gonna turn into a furry. You never know, man.
You
I can
never
see that.
know. This recently just happened in the last like 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Is like he
No
started to.
shit.
Yeah, Brand Daniel. He's a really smart guy. He's a really funny guy. He makes very entertaining shit on his old YouTube channel. Or recently, he's started to take amphetamines because his cat died at the age of 4, and it's just like, unfortunately, a lot of millennials literally adopt animals as if they are their children, and they should
Yeah, like
recognize
DSP.
that they should recognize that those aren't their fucking actual children that
I
a human
mean,
woman has to
not
give
to.
birth to.
Phil says Jasper Kitty is his son, and that they can never go on vacation because Jasper Kitty, being left alone for more than 45 minutes, will destroy his house, causing him and Cat a bunch of grief.
I mean,
I'm serious.
I mean
Jasper Kitty is his son.
I got respect for the animal loving aspect of that, but like, nigga, you really gotta like let that animal give their own, like, I don't know if it's he or she, give their own like space, create their own
Jasper's
mental
a guy
space.
name. Yeah, it's Jasper
Yeah,
Kitty.
yeah. Give that guy his own mental space, and like you'll notice that your house isn't ripped up and they aren't dead when you come back from a nice like 3 or 4 hour day vacation.
That's not what Phil says. Phil says Jasper Kitty knocked down the entire plant section of his house, causing Cat to have to shop back. So you never know, man. You got to be careful what you have in kitty cats.
Cats are mischievous. They get into all sorts of shit.
Yeah, they love them. And you're not a fan of cats or
No,
only
no, no, no.
dogs.
I love cats. I love cats. I'm honest when I say that cats do get into more shit than dogs. Like, dogs can be crazy, but once they're trained out of it, they're very respectful. Cats never really have respect. They honor what they love and nothing more. They're very
Okay,
emotional creatures, yeah.
let me ask about because I was going to do this earlier. The Bushido stuff. So all the samurai stuff. How long have you been practicing the blade?
All right, so between 2021 and 2023, I was doing like legitimate Japanese tea ceremony, sitting on my knees for 2 hours, brewing the matcha, whipping it up, and listening to Tibetan singing gongs, dong,
Yeah.
for
Okay.
long periods. You can hear that in my old katana videos,
Oh,
actually, my katana
videos.
shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're good. Those are good, entertaining shorts. I'm not gonna lie.
it's
I
fun shit.
inspired
It's
to
got
study the blade.
yeah. But ultimately, I recognize that Zen comes from Chan, which comes from Confucianism, which comes from, hey, Chinese people recognize that Christ is fucking awesome and he's creating really, really, really cool societal laws that will make a society better. And if we don't want to fall behind the curve, we got to keep up with that shit. So 100 AD, they're just like, okay, cool, because I think Christ was influenced a little bit by Buddhism through Buddhism's influence to Zoroastrianism, and then the three wise men of Zoroastrianism came to the Holy Land to bow towards the infant Christ and influence the Christ's mother and father in order to make him into a truly, truly influential person who literally defined the AD and BC, dichotomy. And like China was just like, we need one of those. We've been a powerhouse for 2,000 years at 0 AD, and we gotta adapt to the times. I have a much respect for China, but I also understand that Christ was the biggest pinnacle of all humanity that has ever existed. Straight up, not
Christ
even
is
like,
king.
yeah,
Christ is king.
yep. Christ is King of Kings and Lord of Lords because he ascends himself above any king and any lord, because none of them would ever sacrifice themselves the way that he did for all of humanity.
Have you received all your sacraments?
Let's see. My sacraments. Not holy orders. Um, technically, I don't think I've received holy orders yet, nor have I received marriage, unfortunately. But
And
communion and
you got
baptism.
communion, okay. Baptism, okay.
I got a conditional baptism in the new Catholic rite under an independent Novus Ordo Catholic. Recently, we have transferred into a CMRI uh, Catholicism, and I'm still doing research on that. And I'm going to safeguard against any abuse. If there's any abuse, I will hop on it like a fucking grenade, and I will make sure that it gets destroyed. If I
Will
get
you use
destroyed in
your
the process, that's
sword?
fine. Yes, I will unsheath my sword and I will slice them into bits.
Okay, that's all I need to know. At least you got the blade will be used. Have you been confirmed?
Yes, I have. My confirmation saint is Saint Thomas Aquinas.
Okay, well, I can't hate. So you are a man of the Lord.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so since we're talking about this, I know that there was a story about a priest chasing you or some description. Can you explain that, please?
He never chased me. We got into arguments. That's all. He was a independent priest. He baptized me conditionally under the Catholic faith, Novus Ordo Catholic faith, independent in particularly. And recently, after he left under horrible terms, we transferred, and we got into an argument over Dr. Taylor Marshall and Archbishop Vigano.
Is
Archbishop,
that why you chased him then? Is because you got into this argument with Archbishop regarding the
uh,
Archbishop?
yeah,
So
Archbishop
you chased
Vigano.
him regarding it,
I didn't really
or
necessarily chase him, but he had given, like, my mom had given him like hundreds of dollars, and we were going to
really?
a restaurant. Yeah, we were all eating at a restaurant together, like individually, not the church, but him individually. She had given
Okay,
him hundreds of dollars.
to
So
go
like,
eat.
not just to go eat, but in personal gifts and shit like that.
Really? Like he was going to the strip club? Like what personal gifts was he buying?
Nah,
Buy a
nah. I
PS5?
mean, he's a Nick Fuentes fan. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah,
So
yeah. So I
so
don't know
he's
what he
of
was getting up to. I don't
he was getting
know.
up to
I don't
some
know.
things. I can see that's how much you're trying to apply.
Well, we had gotten into an argument while we were at a restaurant together, and we argued over Dr. Taylor Marshall and Archbishop Vigano. And Archbishop Vigano had called out Pope Francis Bergoglio on his constant covering up of child sex trafficking shit, which had happened since John Paul II. John Paul II gave way to, I think, Benedict the 16th. Benedict the 16th was like a halfway person, very similar to Pope Leo the 14th, who, like, at this point, I'm uncertain whether or not he is Benedict the 16th or better, but he's somewhere along the line as a compromiser. And afterwards, Francis Bergoglio was a real fucking monster, pardon my French, like genuinely absolute monster, pretending to be the guy of the poor. And it's just like, well, what is poorness? You know, like if you're rich in spirit, that should be all that matters. But he went around the world trying to pander. He was the mainstream media pope, and Archbishop Vigano and him got into a big fight over the child sex shit that's adjacent to the Vatican ever since Vatican II. And Archbishop Vigano says Vatican II should be done away with completely, which is the ultimate answer to the child sex trafficking and shit that is adjacent to the Catholic Church, unfortunately. And I wanted to be confirmed by either Archbishop Vigano or Archbishop or Bishop Williamson of England, but I ended up getting confirmed by my organization's guy, so it's all good.
Did you do that in the eighth grade, like, or did you do this in high school? Because some it depends on where you
Just recently, just in the
just
last like 5
recently.
years. Yeah, just in the last 5 years.
So they anointed you with oil within the last 5 years. So no wonder why you're
Mm-hmm.
such a strong faith based individual. I can see that. I can see that.
They say back in the late medieval age, some of the strongest warriors of the Holy Roman Empire were Protestant once and then converted. And I was Protestant when I was baptized and raised. I was raised as a Church of Christ Protestant.
Someone's asking in the chat, Shrieking Crew says, would you sue no? No?
Sue? No? No.
Yeah.
I don't want to cause any major harm to Null. What I want to do is make sure that he at least like fucking orientates himself towards justice and goodness. And if he does not, if he wants to like orientate himself towards like selfishness and destruction, I will stand in front of that in any way, shape, or form. I will destroy that in
Okay, for
any
example,
bit that I can.
where would you like to see the Kiwi farms in 5 years? Because it seems like you have strong opinions on this.
I don't know, man. Just a place where more people can come along and laugh and like originally Noel said, we just want to laugh. We just want to laugh. We just want to laugh. I agree. I think that the Kiwi Farms people should have a high spirits because they're orientated towards truth and justice, and that's it. That's really it. We shouldn't be well. The Kiwi Farm shouldn't be orientated towards serving the thing that gives Noel the most money. Straight up.
What would that be giving all the most money? Because most of the time, people just want to see him upgrade like servers and stuff. They're not usually giving him money, like you said. Your mother may have did to the priest, in buying like gifts and stuff. Usually, it's like um, hardware, infrastructure, and things like that. He spends money on, or at least asks for donations.
Yeah. Well, that's the main thing that he um, says that his financial reasons are for and the internet preservation for him. Sisyphus pushing the boulder up against overwhelming odds. But at the end of the day, it's like, is that really your purpose? Or is your real purpose making as much money as possible, which is why you sell out to like I hate this. Oh god, man.
Say it. This is
I
your
love
it's time for me.
I love PPP. I like Worski. I really do love PPP. I do love him. I think he is a great potential. And Worski, he's a little bit older, and I don't think he ever actually personally, I have for the longest time thought that he was not a groomer, pedophile, anything like that. Anything that would have, all the 219, whatever the hell, February
Yeah,
19th allegations
Benzo
shit.
spams that pretty often. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't think that's legitimate. I really don't think that's something that's indicative of his long-term character. And PPP, on the other hand, like he is the perfect Protestant. Like he is not chaste or humble in any way, shape, or form, but he has Christ radiant inside of him. He is the sort of
He does
Christ
not
that
have Christ in him. He does not. I hate to interrupt. No, he doesn't. PPP is just a grifter who uses the fact that his parent or his grandparents were religious people in order to speak publicly, and he has public speaking. I don't believe anything PPP says ever because PPP is an asshole. No offense to PPP.
Well, I
Just saying.
think that he's the sort of Christian that would overturn the tables of the moneylenders, despite the fact that Christ actually never did that. He never overturned the tables of the moneylenders at the temple. He only took a whip and drove out the animals, and those animals stampeding out of the temple, not getting sacrificed, overturned the moneylenders' tables. I think he's in line with that true Christian spirit of Christ himself. That's my personal thoughts, but I also think that he is not chaste, he is not humble, he is not a conservative. He is a very liberal man, and in that liberality he has fallen into the same shit that the French have fallen into, which is, worldliness, extreme worldliness. And I think if he course corrects himself, that PPP could be a great, 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 great man. But Worski, on the other hand, screaming all the time, you know, like
Andy
and
Worski is the opposite, actually. Andy Worski just sits there and he says, "Oh, Ashton, here's $20, 20 gifted subs." He really doesn't add anything. Not to be mean. Andy Worski is kind of just there, and he's been around, so people give him a little bit of clout. But Andy Worski sucks dicks. He literally lives with Ralph. So that's the kind of character he is. Not to be mean. And
no,
as you were
no, it's
stating earlier, with
nothing in this
Noel,
sector is mean. It's blood sports, bro. As long as blood isn't being sported, as long as blood
I
isn't
mean,
squirting out of the person's
if it's
thing,
Ralph's
it's all
blood,
good.
then maybe I'll allow it. Because you're going back to Noel and PPP's relationship, I will agree. I don't always agree with Noel liking PPP. I understand
I
why. It's
mean,
because he has a popular show. But PPP is a snake, and even though I don't like PPP, Noel, I'm still going to like him regardless.
uh, Ralph spurting blood from his eye as he gets mugged by Portuguese hoodlums is probably the most Kino the fucking Kino sector can
Thing,
get.
I agree. Beetlebug has a question for you. He says, "How often do you
Yeah.
go in public?
On what?
How often do you go out in public?"
Out in public? It's just like, well,
Yeah,
what the fuck is out there? Like, what is out in public? Like, go to the bowling alley? You know?
I'm assuming. Do you go out to the mall? Do you go out often?
I love the mall. It's just I'm afraid of running into the same autistic people that I met in high school that will follow me around. It's just like what's at
I
the
see.
mall, everything's shutting down. It's just everything is internet these days. Everything is parasocial these days. Like what is public? The
True.
public is now the internet. That's the public.
Okay, following up with that, he also asks, "Are you a virgin or have you had sex within the past year?"
Past year, no. But yeah,
So you try to spell.
I'm worldly. Yeah, I'm worldly.
Okay, I will keep it simple like that. Coon Cheese asked if you were in a prison gang.
No. No, I wasn't in a prison gang.
It's not a jail gang.
They told me, nah, you're cool, you're fine, don't worry about it. That's what they told me. I pride
Really?
myself. Yeah, no, straight up. I pride myself in being the guy that can bring Bloods and Crips together,
Oh,
folk
you
and Bloods together, Latin Kings and Bloods
like
together. No, straight
you
up, like
unite.
I know the hierarchy. I know how it breaks down. I know the hatred and the love. I know how that breaks down. Yeah, and I want to bring people together. I don't want to see conflict for no reason. Everybody's trapped
Scout
together.
Troop says right now that he says
Yeah,
Jesus hates screaming. So would you like to clarify towards Scout Trooper that about screaming and Jesus?
screaming at Jesus.
No, screaming. Jesus hates screaming. Would you like to clarify if Jesus hates screaming?
I don't know, man. I never heard a physical recording of Jesus's voice. One of the things that makes him amazing is that he put so much influence into humanity without ever once being recorded.
That
Like everything. Yeah,
Everything
everything that
happens.
he
Yeah.
ever did was passed on through humanity and humanitas, and it never had to be Pixar. It didn't happen. Like Christ was so influential that it did happen straight up.
True. Yeah, it's true. Hey, Hapless Toad wants to know: do you know the difference between prison and jail?
Yes, yeah,
Would
bro.
you like to
And
say?
straight up, my local jail,
Shout out
five
Hapless.
five 5 years in prison compared to 1 year in my local jail. Straight up, it's hard as fuck. It is hard as fuck. It is difficult as shit. It is horrific. It is awful. And you know what? It varies from place to place. I know for a fact. But like, if you can take 1 year in our local Brevard County jail, you can take 5 years in prison. That's what I've heard from people who have spent significant time in both.
Really?
Mhm.
Why would they say that?
Because it's fucking hard as shit, and they don't want a rotating door. They want people to make sure they get scared straight.
Like the show's Beyond Scared Straight. They want to make sure
Mhm.
you don't return.
Yep, that's right. And that's why I
Just the
ultimately
butt
have some respect
has a
for.
question for you. Or
Yeah, I
not a
got
question. He says he hopes that you go to jail for 5 years.
go to jail for 5 years. Impossible. I
Yeah.
have to go to prison for 5 years. And that would be chilling out for 4 or 5 years while avoiding my getting my Junies checked. I gotta guard myself. So nobody thinks I'm easy prey, because they
I
can
would
make
hope
a
not.
sex toy out of fucking ham sandwiches,
A
or they can
Fifi?
use you, and you don't want to be used. Straight up.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
can see that. Battery Beetle says, as or Battery Beetle Bug. Oh my god, I'm conflating all these names together. I apologize. Let's
Came
see.
and
Scroll
through
up.
the bathroom window.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Beetlebug242 asked, "How do you prefer to shower, or what beauty products do you use, or toiletries?"
Oh, I use Nubian heritage. Funny enough, Nubian
Newbie.
is African, but I use Nubian heritage. Papaya and black seed Arab shit, and I mix them together, and I mix them with Burt's Bees honey soap, and I mix them all together, and that's what I use. And I mix that with Happy Cappy, which is like a zinc oxide sort of anti dandruff shampoo, and I mix that up with for my hair, and then I use Nubian Heritage mixed up with Burt's Bees for my body. And that's what I use.
Okay. Do you comb your hair? Because I've seen your hair in your videos, and your hair is awfully shiny. How do you maintain that luscious hairstyle?
I brush, I comb, I make sure that water runs off of it properly, and sometimes pin it up after it dries all the way. And that's the best way of making it look good, but your hair will fall out. So you got to be very careful. You got to always bridge the balance between your hair falling out so that your hairline doesn't recede, and making sure that you keep all those dandruff flakes off of your hair, because ultimately the dandruff flakes are your uh like essentially kind of like a scabby sort of I'm recovering body sort of thing. I'm not an expert, but you know dandruff isn't an unnatural thing. It's your body recovering from damage, and if it's dry you'll get damage.
Just the Bud has one more question for you. He says, "Why did your mom assault you?"
My mom? Never. I've
Yeah.
never assaulted my mom, and my mom has never
No, he's
assaulted me.
saying she's never assaulted you.
Yeah.
You sure? Because I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure there was a police report that
No.
stated that she scratched you, and she
Oh.
had to be arrested, or at least removed from the
Oh,
premises.
fuck. Okay, so that has to do with the fact that she had fuck. That had oh god damn it. That had to do with the fact that she had dental work done. She had like literal teeth taken out of her fucking skull, and she was in immense pain. And that's all I'm gonna fucking say about the issue. Okay, like my mom is a wonderful, wonderful woman, and she deserves
We
all the
love your mom too. Shout
yeah,
out to Nate's mom. She's
yeah.
doing well. Hope she's doing well.
Wolf mom is the best. She literally is Most wonderful woman I've ever met. Not in front
Yes,
of me.
please. Yeah, just shoot your mom good. Try not
Yeah.
to have any more situations like that have been stated out there.
Yeah.
Okay, we got another. We got Saul, but Saul's questions fucking suck, so fuck him. Okay. Cone Cheese asked, "Were how was showering like in jail? Were you sexually assaulted?"
No. Um, nope, not once, but one time, one blood gang member was just like, "Hey, you look good," and I'm just like, hey, thanks, bro, bye." Straight up, like you got to look out. You got to guard your junies because most of the sexual shit in jail happens consensually, and if you do not consent, they will leave you alone. Straight up, just say no, 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 no.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to power level, but I've known people who, let's just say, witness things like that, and usually they just knock you out and they just take it from you. Not to be rude, but that's prison, not jail. There's a
I've
difference.
only heard that happen into like child molesters, chomos, and shit. I've never heard that happen to normal people. That's an exception, not a rule.
Really.
Hmm.
See, how long did you spend in jail? Because it seems like you know a little bit of jail culture.
I've gone in like 4 or 5 times, for various things.
For
Mostly
cumulatively,
weed. Mostly weed. Marijuana, they'll lock your ass up for a little bit of fucking pot.
mm,
They'll lock your
yes,
ass
they will.
up. Straight up.
Yes, they. Oh, I know. Believe me, I've been detained by officers for saying that I've had enough weed that is, as they would say, even though it was like a gram or two, it was enough to distribute. So
Yeah,
I've
bro.
been there,
It's some straight
especially as a
bullshit.
skater.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And as long
I
as you're
had
honest about it, 95, 90, 80 to 90% of jail shit happens consensually. So it's not like it was in the 90s where people getting raped like institutionally. I think that was a Clinton shit. I think that lapsed. I don't think that's the norm these days.
Belmont wants to know: did you, when they arrested you, did you hand over the weed, or did they have to confiscate it from you?
Oh gosh, one time I just straight up handed it to them. And it's crazy because the dog sniffed me up and I was like, "Hi puppy, hi Boggo, hi Jogo, ow." Ha, 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 ha." And the dog literally passed me over because I was being so nice, it was distracting him from his sniffing duties. And I remember overhearing saying that the dog was new, so don't blame the dog. But I straight up like when they brought my friend in, when they found something on my friend somehow, and they were just like, "We found something on your friend. There's no sense in hiding." I started crying. I started pooling tears, and I just handed it over the bag in my pocket. And when the other cop was locking me, like putting the handcuffs on me, he was putting some shit on my feet, and he was just like, "Don't kick me now." I wouldn't, sir. I would never kick you. And like
Like
straight up, I was
in
being a
Half
big
Baked?
baby about it. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what happens in Half Baked, where he feeds the horse and the horse dies, and he starts crying towards the officer. Sounds
Oh.
like that's kind of the same situation. The horse is a
Yeah.
diabetic. It
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. God bless what's his name? That
Dave
comedian, the
Chappelle.
black comedian. Dave Chappelle. God bless him. But like for the love of fucking God, can you please stop being racist towards white people? Like, God damn it, man. Irish people have been through enough shit. Like, we really don't need that shit because of our fucking skin color, man. Like, God
Hey,
damn it,
we didn't
man.
land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you have any gang stalkers in real life? Salt wants to know.
Nah. Although they broke my fucking trash can recently. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. In my neighborhood, sometimes we have people that knock mailboxes, and then recently I've been seeing all over my county people running into mail trash cans and breaking them. And it's just like, as I said earlier on in this stream, it's just like bring all your evil people into Florida. I've already noticed that people around our beautiful, wonderful country of America have noticed that their state is getting nicer and better. Please pull it all in Florida. Give it to me. Give it to me. It's okay. I can handle it. We can handle it. You know.
bestow blessings upon them and try to save those individuals.
Amen.
Gregus wants to know what's your opinion on the English Civil War?
English Civil War, like which one? You know, there's been probably like 5 or 6 that I can think of. Which one?
Well, he did not specify, but he says, "What's your thoughts on Cromwell?"
Oh, that motherfucker! Fuck that! Fuck that guy! Fuck that guy! Fuck that guy! That's all I can say. He's a motherfucking rat. He's
He's
a
a ratatouille
motherfucking
rat.
rat. He's a ratatouille fucking rat.
Coon Cheese wants to know if you value in education, since he
Oh
says you,
yeah, just depends.
since you,
Public education.
I don't know, because he says since you dropped out of high school or got kicked out of high school, excuse me, he wants to know if you value
Uh
education.
that's technically true, but I got back in after trying very hard and passing drug tests and stuff. I got back into high school, so yeah, I passed drug tests to get back into high school after having my arm broken by my buddy. My arm was like fucking diagonal. You know, my upper arm, you know, where you're attached from your elbow to your wrist, it was
Yes.
diagonal. My shit
How
got
did that
broken
happen?
sideways. And that happened in I blocked a roundhouse kick by my fucking buddy Jamil. I love him to this day. Um, but like straight up, like I was going through hell. I was addicted. I was getting all busted up. I was being mistreated. I didn't know shit from shit, but I still managed to make myself back into a good scholastic person. So I got my high school diploma, and through a lot of like when I was in adult education, I helped other people in adult education. I read to them, I helped educate them, and that's I think one of the foundations of my entire like personality. And yeah, straight up, like you know, whatever you're going through, you can make it. You can go through it. You can beat it. You can ascend yourself even higher than where you were before if you struggle. And I'm sorry,
I,
I forgot the
I
question.
no, it's okay. You're rambling. It was very adequate. It was beautiful. I appreciate it. Richard White Pasta wants to know: do you drink your milk?
Oh, hell yeah. I drink my fucking milk. I drink organic valley milk, not
Okay.
harvest milk with the jumping cow. That shit is there to pretend to be organic valley milk. Organic valley milk is the shit, and I've never encountered milk as good as that in my entire life. It is wonderful. I drink it with my coffee. I cook with it. I drink it straight up sometimes. It is wonderful.
Okay. Thank you. Beetlebug wants to know what's your favorite alcoholic beverage.
Tequila. Always been tequila. I got tons
Are
of
you
empty
drinking?
tequila bottles. I'm
Are
drinking it
you
right
drinking
now.
tequila right now? Oh, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Enjoy that tequila, friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Coon
I need
Cheese
it.
wants to know. Coon Cheese wants to know: have you been to university?
Nope. I tried the testing. You know what? It's interesting. I got into the top 98 percentile of reading comprehension, but like math, I'm sure I'm retarded. Other shit, I'm sure I'm retarded. And I know for a fact that public school was created from, you know, K through 12 onward to create a million soldiers. And people who go to college are there to become good officers. And ultimately, what did that do? Well, it served to undermine Christendom, which is European culture, you know, post 500. And that's what I want to revive. I don't give a shit. Like, I literally just encountered in the last 3 or 4 days a doctor who tried his hardest to talk around me with, like, you don't know tramadol. You don't know the half life. You don't know the da 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 da. Can you tell me the? Can you tell me the? And it's just like, bro, I know
Can
for a
you tell
fact
us
that
what is
I
the
know
tramadol? What is that? The half life?
I know I know for a fact that tramadol has a half life of 4 to 8 hours, and that doesn't matter compared to the fact that Dilaudid is 300 times more potent than Dilaudid. or excuse me, than tramadol when it comes to pain relief. Tramadol works on the SNRI systems, which is mostly a anxiety and serotonin, which means the antidepressant type system, as opposed to Dilaudid, which numbs the central nervous system. And when you have a shattered fucking femur and you're in agony fucking constantly, and you're texting and calling your family, and your family is staying overnight at the fucking place and holding your hand for fucking 12 hours and trying their hardest to help things, that you do not need to switch off to something 300 times more less potent than Dilaudid immediately, because some jackass thinks that the World Health Organization, which thinks that mercury is okay for little children, is all right to switch over to that shit because it's step 2, yada yada yada, plasma half-life, blah blah blah. I'm sorry, but
Are
it's
Coon Cheese wants to know: are you on opiates? Because isn't a
mm-mm.
tramadol an opiate?
No, I am personally on no drugs. I do not like drugs. I do not like taking drugs after all the shit that I went through with spice and inhalants. And like, I swear to God, for anybody who thinks that inhalants are anything like whippets, they're not. I give you my fucking word that like it is an evil, destructive, horrific. Like, it will ruin your fucking life to do duster. And whippets are just like little baby drugs that Sivo thought that he was cool by taking, you
Doing,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, going back to Coon Cheese, he wants to know. He had something to follow up with the drug question. Sorry, scrolling
It's all
back
good.
up. He said, 2 seconds. Were you fighting with your dad's doctor? Oh, regarding the drug talk or no?
Was I fighting with my dad's what?
Doctor? Because you were referring
No.
to you're going on a drug rant.
Oh.
Okay, just
No, no,
specifying.
no. Okay, so my mom thought that he was getting too addicted to Dilaudid, which is hydromorphone is one of the strongest morphine
Okay,
derivatives. It is 300 times less potent than what was that one? The SNRI shit. Um fuck. I'm sorry. It's an
take your time.
SNRI. It is tramadol. It is 300 times less potent when done the mathematical calculations than Dilaudid, tramadol. And they were trying to transfer him because the World Health Organization, which also recommends that children can take a little mercury as a treat, that they can transfer onto tramadol as a step 2 pain medication, which is only for when your pain is done and you're addicted to Dilaudid, you transfer onto tramadol. That's reasonable. He is in so much fucking pain. He is in so much fucking agony, and he is scared for at waking up in complete agony and being abandoned by his CNI, his certified nursing assistant, and his nursing assistant. He is so terrified that he can't get good night's sleep. And we made sure that he got every 4 hours is allotted, and now he's sleeping good, and he's doing
Well,
his physical therapy, and it's all good. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully, he gets a speedy recovery home. Same, the
Thank you.
hapless toad. I know her mother wasn't doing as well either. So hopefully, y'all get your parents back home as soon as possible.
God bless that poor woman. I hope she does wonderful in whatever struggle she has to, whatever cross she has to bear.
I agree with that because it's never easy to see a parent in the hospital. Not
Yeah.
at all.
It's very, very rough. And, it echoes around in your mind, the pain that they experience.
Beetlebug has. He says you're not on any schizo cocktails worth the drugs, or you're just sober.
I actually took a few doses of acid while I was on Kiwi Farms. And you know what? When most of the time I would do, I would stay up until like the early hours of the morning crying about various things. One time I remember crying about how much nurses in this country suffer.
Really? Why? What brought upon that feeling? What invoked that?
Well, Well, you look at what RFK has recently done is just like he's taking the mercury out of vaccines. They were never needed. Nurses are forced because the doctors who get lavish vacations and wonderful cars and perfect parking spaces and they can take every weekend off. The nurses are there every single fucking day and they're forced to abide by the will of the doctors. And nurses suffer so much in this modern country. They really fucking do. And, nurses didn't used to suffer. I remember talking to people who used to be nurses when they were in the 60s and 70s and saying it didn't used to be like this. So nurses suffer in the last 40 years, and I want that to end. I really do.
And nurse suffrage.
That's right, my nigga.
Let me ask you, going back to crying, what other uh, times have you cried on the Kiwi Farms on as? You said it was a handful of times.
Yeah, well, you know,
Anything worth talking about?
Hiram the Grift. Hiram the Grift. Hiram the Grift. He was a real motherfucker. We did a collaborated effort on what was it? It was some bald guy who did a bunch of acid and thought that he was like the cock of the walk.
The
Um
cock of the walk. Okay.
I can't remember because it was like a prospering grounds thread for the longest time that we worked on, and we worked really fucking hard on it. I think it was like attunement something, or uh, it started with an A. I can't remember for the life of me, unfortunately. But like we worked really hard, and Hiram the Grift really wanted to keep the torch lit of calling out bullshit, stuff that was skating on the borderline of helping people and fucking with people and like calling out the fucking with people part to at least direct people towards the helping people part. And he left about 2-3 years ago, earlier than I left. And I always thought that I was supposed to keep the torch lit for that venerable man, Hiram the Grift. You can find his page on Kiwi Farms, Hiram the Grift.
Well, I will look into that. Thank you.
Yeah, please do.
Okay. Scout Trooper wants to know: are you having an acid flashback right now?
Yeah, I'll never be able to drive a F-22 Raptor, unfortunately, because I've taken acid, and then I'll admit to it. But at the end of the day, like a lot of the people who are driving your wonderful Air Force $300 million planes are retards. Otherwise, they wouldn't be getting shot down by the Houthis, like straight up.
The Hoofies. Okay. Well, let me see if we got any more questions before I might have to wrap up because we're going on 2.5 hours. Not a bad timing.
That's cool.
I do appreciate your time. I would like to do this again if you like. My door's always
Yeah, this
open.
is fun. That'd be great.
Yeah, of course. We're in the sector now. We're, as you said, we have been bonded through the souls through content. So, yeah, my door's always open to you, man. So
Hell yeah.
I'm just looking to see if there's any other follow up questions. Because not if we can do this again, I have people ask more questions. And there's nothing that I see. I've asked everything people have wanted. So thank you to those people on the Kiwi Farms for the questions. I appreciate y'all.
Don't be mean to dude snakes. Dude snakes who used to be dude rabbits, who used to be dude vaccines, who used to be dude weed, is a good man. He lives in Canada. He takes care of
Yeah,
his
we love him.
parents. He takes care
Shout
of
out
his
Ron.
Labrador, and he's a good man. Yeah, shout out Ron.
Yeah,
I think he
Ron's a
was
cool
dude
guy.
dragons at one point.
He was, and then Noel changed it to dude snakes right now because Noel likes to fuck with him. Shout out Noel as well. I know he'll be watching this on YouTube, not on live, because he's a busy bee.
Yeah.
Actually, we got another question. Someone just sent in right now as I was speaking. Oh, the Kiwi Farms is just went down for maintenance. So
Yeah, maintenance.
this might,
Somebody is going and touching the servers physically.
yeah. So this probably be a good place to wrap it up because I can't even access the Kiwi Farms right now. So thank you,
All right,
Nate. I
man. This
really
has
do
been great.
appreciate you.
Yeah, this has been great.
All right. So anything you want to plug before you have to sign off?
I got nothing to plug. Love, peace, love and peace, love and peace, love and peace. That's my plug.
Well, okay. Well, love and peace to you, and go subscribe to Nate Matthews on YouTube, above the bell curve. I think y'all will like his videos. Hopefully, you'll start streaming. Keep that in mind.
I gotta get at a certain level in order for them to let me live stream. But Dog
Just
Zero
have
live stream at 140 subscribers, so I don't know if
I
90
streamed at
subscribers.
35. You just need constant engagement. As long as people are commenting and leaving
Oh,
likes, you should be perfectly fine to stream.
I see. I see. I snee. I snee.
Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. Again, thank you very much to y'all guys and gals for watching live, and those that are going to watch on YouTube. And thank you again to Nate Matthews Wolftown for this opportunity. It was easier to talk to him than Anime Sucks Copenhagen, so I appreciate it 1,000 times. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Judas True. You have been a great, great guest. Great, great host. Excuse me.
Thank you. I try. So good night to y'all. Hope y'all had your snacks and enjoyed your drinks. And I'm wrapping this up tonight now. So good night, guys.
Good night.